Semi-finals being played to a finish. Here's the state of the game as they started here this evening. Still the best of 17 frames. You need 9 to make the final. Terry Griffiths, the former champion, leading last year's beaten finalist Stephen Hendry by the score of 4 frames to 3. And look at the other score. Gary Wilkinson. This is the young man who was 7-0 up against the world's number 2 John Parrott and beat him 9-6. He whitewashed Jimmy White 9-0. And at one stage today he was 4-0 up against Steve Davis, who's won this title on 6 occasions. That was the score as they finished this afternoon, 5 frames to 2. When they came out this evening, Wilkinson went one better. He won the opening frame to lead 6-2. Davis came back to take the next by the score of 83-16, so it's Davis 3, Wilkinson 6. Let's take a look at frame 10. There's very little in it. This is Wilkinson at the table, the 23-year-old from Kirkby in Ashfield, who's become the man of the championship so far.
Foul 7, Steve Davis.
So Gary getting too much swerve on the white there. Hit the black, but worse than that, and giving Steve a chance of the red into the centre. And I suppose the consolation for Gary is that he has knocked the black down over the yellow. So the yellow isn't an easy ball to pot. In fact, I'm sure Steve just going to play the snooker now.
7.
Doubling yellow down the table and holding the white there.
Certainly not at all easy to hit. A minimum of 2 cushions required, I think. But which 2, I'm not quite sure. Suppose there is a route past the blue from up the table, off the back cushion, but not a lot of margin of error.
Foul 4, Steve Davis.
And is this a free ball? It looks close from here.
Free ball.
So 25 points in front. Steve just requires the brown, which counts 2, followed by the yellow.
So Steve Davis, although still not at his best, responding to the challenge. So things looking a little more ominous for Gary Wilkinson. Steve Davis pulls another one back. Now trails 6 frames to 4.
Well, they looked even more ominous than the next. Wilkinson wasn't allowed to pot a ball. Davis had a break of 79. He won the frame 87-0. 5-6, Davis-Wilkinson. Here's the next. Ted Lowe has moved in to join John Spencer. This is Wilkinson yet to score 14 down.
Just as well he didn't pop one there, John. Gary has played so well in this semi-final. One wonders if the strain is getting to him.
One. Six. Seven. Twelve. Thirteen.
Didn't quite get hold of that to hold for the black how we would have liked, but I don't think it's going to be any problem.
Twenty.
Now, is there a plant here?
Touching ball.
The touching ball makes no difference to this shot.
21.
And you'll be very disappointed with that shot. Left a much more difficult black than he intended.
Nine. $34. $35.
The authority of a true champion is starting to show.
$42.
nice picture. But a bad shot.
42, Steve Davis.
Well, I don't know whether that was a bad shot, Ted, or whether he got a kick there. A very funny sound to the ball. Nevertheless, 56 points in front.
One. Eight.
Still 59 points left on the table, so plenty of points for Gary to play with, but a lot of pressure out there.
9. Sixteen.
Gary will now be working out
23.
how to free that red trapped near the brown and green.
24.
And I certainly don't. Well, he certainly hasn't got the angle on the pink there to do anything with it. So may just elect to screw back down to the bulk end of the table and then attempt the snooker.
Gary Wilkinson.
And now decision time for Steve. 26 in front. It looks as though he's taking this red on.
Yes, applause there for an extremely good snooker, but fairly easy to get out of off the top cushion. He's got a chance.
I suppose the one good thing from Steve's point of view is he's knocked the black relatively safe.
One.
Now, 20 points the difference. And those 6 colours total 27.
Six, Gary Wilkinson.
Well, there's a smile there, but I'm sure it's covering a few tears after that shot.
Yes, Ted, just yellow and green required to leave Gary needing snookers.
Two. Five. Five, Steve Davis.
So, 23-year-old Gary Wilkinson requiring 1 snooker.
Well, he didn't get it, and Steve Davis was level, 6-all, after that start this afternoon when he was 4-0 down. 17 minutes later, he was ahead, 7-6. And here in the next, he's had a break of 28. He's just been adjudged to have played a push shot and a foul, which makes the score 28-5, and Wilkinson to play.
Of course, we should explain the foul was for a push shot, which means that the cue tip, the cue ball and the object ball are all in contact at the same time.
Foul. 1, Gary Wilkinson. 5, Steve Davis. One, Steve Davis.
Well, I didn't expect Steve to miss that one. 28 points the difference.
But I feel, Ted, if Gary's going to get back into this match, he's got to string a few balls together and get a 30-40 break or something, get his confidence going again.
One. Seven. Touching ball. Eight. 14. 15. 20. 1. Two.
The point's all square.
Yes, and perfect on this red, just to hold the white there, which will leave the right angle on the black to drop down for the red against the cushion.
29.
And this is a shot that counts now. Not only has to pot the red and get on a colour, but try and get on a colour in such a way that you can either disturb that red near the right-hand cushion or drop behind it.
Gary Wilkinson.
Well, that's a bad miss from Gary, but Steve has that same problem now.
Four. Gary Wilkinson.
That's more than a problem, John.
I think it looked as though Steve was trying to screw up the cushion to move the red with that shot. But fortunately for Steve, he did catch the red and it's fell in the pocket. Could easily have jumped straight over the red and left the red over the pocket.
Foul. Four.
And that's got to be a free ball as well. With the brown over the pocket, this has got to be an excellent chance for Gary.
Already 16 points ahead.
Well, that's not the best of shots from Gary.
1.
Would like to have been down, I think, for the blue or the pink.
Five.
And that's the result of not getting good position from the previous red. Now 21 points in front. Still needs red and a high colour.
That was a terrific shot.
Yes, and 22 points in front, so just a pink to leave Steve needing snookers. And I must confess, I didn't expect to see him knock that red in.
A new lease of life then for the young man from Nottinghamshire. Dear.
12, Gary Wilkinson.
He looks at the scoreboard. Davis needing snookers. He didn't get them. It was 7-all. Wilkinson took the next 8-7, 1 frame away from beating the governor, as he called him here last night. Here's the next, and Wilkinson is well placed. Davis needs every point on the table. 1 red he's going for now.
This must surely be the toughest frame of snooker 23-year-old Gary Wilkinson has ever played.
And the biggest danger here, of course, is should Gary miss this, it's odds on giving a free ball.
Foul. 4, Steve Davis. One. Five.
25 points the difference.
Seven.
Steve wants the 6 colours or the 5 that are now left.
Ten. Fourteen.
Now his problem is to get the cue ball from blue to pink whilst potting the blue.
Yes, and of course he wanted to be straight on this blue because the pink I don't think is available into this left-hand corner pocket.
Steve Davis.
And Gary will never have a better chance than this of getting into a final. Just needs the blue.
Thank you, gentlemen.
The sensation of the snooker season then, resting on this blue now. He's 21 points ahead with only 13 points left.
Five, Gary Wilkinson.
Whilst Dad is here in Preston supporting him, Mum is at home, biting her fingernails. Could this be an omen? In 1988, last year, in this semi-final, Stephen Hendry defeated the world champion. At least Gary can smile at it.
And of course the consolation is that Steve requires 2 snookers.
A serious-looking Steve Davis. "12 feet of table between the 2 balls. Agonizing moments for this young man. Scared he might run it off or make a foul. Another shot is over. Great shot from Steve and immediately applauded by Gary.
I think we may see Gary attempt to swerve this. Not a full ball snooker. Electing to go around the 2 angles.
Foul. 6, Steve Davis.
So very near. Steve Steve requires one more snooker. And as I look at my clock, the time ticks past the longest frame of the match. 46 minutes, this frame.
Any ideas?
Asking the audience for ideas. All he's got to do really is to pot the pink.
Foul. 6. Steve Davis.
He's given away the other snooker that Steve wanted.
Yes, Ted, and I find that hard to believe. All that Gary had to do was hit the pink and force Steve into getting a snooker. I think Steve frightened him with the 2 previous shots, and he was trying to clip that thin. And that's a disaster for Gary.
I think he attempted to double that into the centre pocket. A very cheeky shot.
Thank you.
Can Steve cut this in? There's the answer.
An unbelievable frame of snooker. And the match is once again all square at 8 frames each.
On the last, Gary Wilkinson has to somehow try and compose himself. The frame has just started. There's no score. There's a red there over the pocket in the bottom right of your screen. It's Wilkinson to play. If he can find a way getting to it, it looks like the plant.
And not easy.
One. 7. Eight.
Well, he's already been into the final of this UK Championship and come out of it.
Steve Davis.
And Steve a long way off with the pot there. But the other half of the shot couldn't have come out better for him. Got Gary in a lot of trouble here. Made it as hard as he can. But one good pot from Steve here, and he could be in business, particularly with the blue over the centre.
Six. Seven. $14. $15.
Black available in both corner pockets. So I fear things are looking rather ominous for Gary now.
$22. 23.
The world champion now dictating to these balls, telling them exactly what to do.
30.
Well, I don't believe that. I think Steve's got himself in trouble.
Would that one go into the centre?
I'm pretty sure it will, Ted, but I think Steve was expecting a much simpler shot than that.
The second red from the left of the pink.
Steve Davis.
So a lead of 43 points.
One.
And that's a great shot with the rest.
Five. Six.
He's unlucky there.
Move on. Six. Gary Wilkinson.
He can't forget the last frame. colours in odd places.
Well, if that's the shot he's going to play, but attempting this red into the corner and holding for the blank is going to be the riskiest shot he could play. And I feel that was a very, very bad choice of shot at that time of the game.
One.
That blue fairly straight.
Five. Six.
Those
13.
little touches which put the balls on.
$14.
The black will put him 58 points ahead and only 59 points left. So
21.
it's a sad day, a sad frame for 23-year-old Gary Wilkinson.
22. $29.
The very fact of gaining the final of the UK Championship, in fact, robbed him of
30.
doing just that. But the world champion has come good in this 17th and final frame.
$37.
It must be said, Steve has not played anywhere near his capabilities in this semi-final.
38.
But that takes nothing away from the young man from Nottinghamshire who has played so brilliantly until the 16th frame when he made the fatal mistake of missing a pink.
45.
And Gary comes forward to shake the hands of Steve Davis, who defeat at 9 frames to 8 puts himself into the final of the UK Championship 1989.
And what a way to get there. We'll have a word with him about that later when he's calmed down. But who does he play? Is it going to be either Stephen Hendry, last year's beaten finalist, or Terry Griffiths, the 1982 champion? Griffiths leading 4-3 at the start of...
With the most ridiculous of frames, really, needing 2 snookers. And I can only surmise that Gary thought I only needed 1 snooker.
I think the brain had gone a bit there.
Well, I think he miscounted, and I'm definitely not criticising him, because in one of last year's tournaments I miscounted and lost a frame against Mike Allett, so it can happen to anybody.
But I don't think your brain was going on all 5 cylinders throughout the day, was it?
Well, I think it was a tough game. I had a very frustrating day, but I sort of tried to hang on in there, and I suppose the one thing that came out was perseverance got me through there.
Couldn't get much closer. It hasn't been easier for you, Stephen, either, has it? I mean, you've had a few struggles.
No, I knew before going into today's match that, I knew it would be a very, very difficult match to try and beat Terry. I mean, especially over the long frame matches, Terry's a very, very strong player. So when I went 8-6 up tonight, it was panic. I mean, I went for anything just to get over the line tonight, really.
Panic was the name of the game, was it?
Yeah.
You missed a few. You had Ian Doyle, your manager, going through the door at one stage, I think.
That's right. I was 49 in front, 8-6 up, and went for a difficult black. The white was tucked in the cushion, but it was game ball. So I missed that, and then Ian's given me a bit of a slapping for that, for going for it.
Well, he's a good player as well. He's made a 50, isn't he?
Yeah. Talks a good game.
Well, now you've got each other. And when you rate this as the second most important championship to the World Championship, you've got each other over a long 2-day final.
Well, I'm delighted. I'm sure Stephen's in the same. There's something special about the players that are, at the moment anyway, 1 and 2 in the world effectively, playing against each other. It does make for a memorable final usually, but we don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully it'll be a good one. Just see sort of, obviously sort of best player's going to win over the 2 days.
Sounds nice. Stephen, you've waited for the moment. Is this the crunch?
Well, the last time I've only played one other match, and that was against Steve. That's over sort of 2 days, so many frames. I'm delighted to be there. I'll just enjoy it.
Do you want to shake hands before it starts?
Yeah, good luck. See you at 2 o'clock. See you at 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Even 1 o'clock. You better be up in time for it.
No, you spotted it. All right.
After what they've done tonight, you can't blame them for getting the time wrong. Yes, it is 1 o'clock, and it all starts here on BBC One in Grandstand.